Looking for a video that's going to explain the present and past tense in easy to follow segments? Well, you've came to the right place. Well, the present and past tense covers a lot of different things, doesn't it? You're talking about saying something in the correct tense. Covers all these things here. All these things. Verbs, grammar, present participles, past participles, irregular verbs, regular verbs, the simple past. Now, you go to a lot of channels that are teaching English and you'll see all these subjects there, and I recommend that you watch each and every one of them. But the only snag is you don't know where to start. Where do you start? Well, you start right here with the basics and the fundamentals of the present and the past tense. I was there. Obviously in the past. I was there. I am here. In the present. I am going to be there. In the future. See? Quite easy so far, isn't it? Right, let's go back to this one here. Let's change it. I was in France last year. I was in France last year. Now don't forget, when you use the word was or saw, you are always referring to a point in the past. 88 miles an hour. He's gone. Back in time. This very moment in time. He's in the Grand Hotel. As it was 100 years ago. Right. Thank you very much indeed for that, Doc. Very kind of you there. Right. When you're using the word, the verb was, or if we turn it round the other way and make it saw, see, that's was in verse, saw, okay. Right, when we're using that verb, we're always talking about something that's happened in the past, always. There are no exceptions to this rule. For example, let's ask myself a question here. In the present perfect, which we will be coming on to. Have you seen the pen, Ray? I saw it a second ago. I saw it a second ago. Right? A second ago is in the past. It's in the past. My great-grandfather saw the Titanic sail. My great-grandfather saw the Titanic sail 100 years ago. There was a great fire in London hundreds of years ago. There was a dinosaur here in the past. You see, was there getting used for the very distant past or the very recent past, right? I was at John's house yesterday. I was at Kate's house last week. Always was is always in the past. Always in the past, even if it is the very recent past. Right. So what is the point in telling you all this? Well, it's to stop you saying things like this. If you was to come and see me tomorrow. If you was to come and see me tomorrow, we could go out for dinner. It's got to be wrong because was can never be in the present or in the future. I was standing in front of you right now. Doesn't make any sense. I am standing in front of you right now. Did you enjoy the party last night? Yes, interjects Ray with an interjection there. Yes. It was great fun. That may seem quite obvious here, but I have heard people saying this. Yes, it were a blast. It were a blast. It's was, okay? Always use was after it. It was a blast. It was good fun. Right? She was funny. He was very clever. But he's not so clever now. I was there yesterday. She was there yesterday. He was there yesterday. The bus was on time this morning. Right? These are examples of where you would use the word was. But what about where? What about where? You use the verb where in these examples. They were here yesterday. They were here yesterday. Okay? And never they was here yesterday. Okay? They were here yesterday. You always use were when you're talking about more than one thing. Let's ask myself a question again. Did you enjoy the apples? Yes. They were very nice. Did your friends see you last night? No. They weren't able to come round. Okay? Using a contraction there with the verb were and the adverb not. They were not able to come round. Weren't. So use were with more than one thing. But not only with that. You would also say were when you're talking to somebody. You were late yesterday, okay? You were late yesterday, and not you was late yesterday. When you're saying you, it's were. You were late yesterday, or if it's more than one person or more than one thing, they were late yesterday. When you're talking about one thing, or if you're talking about yourself, it's was. I was late yesterday. It was late yesterday. The train was on time today. More than one train? All the trains were on time today. And not all the trains was on time today. All the trains were on time today. You see, more than one thing was changes to were. Where. Where is one of these words that can be used in the present and the future tense. Right? Let's think about the song If I Were a Rich Man. If I were a rich man. You may ask yourself, well, why isn't that if I was a rich man? Because if you were saying that, you'd be talking about a point in the past, right? But we're talking about now. We are talking about now. If I were a rich man just now. So you can use were there like that, talking about the present and the future. If I were rich next year, okay, you can also say that. The present and the past perfect. Right. Okay, all I want you to do here is have a look at these three words, which all mean the same thing, but in different, they can be used in different tenses, which I will explain. Have, has and had. Right. To understand the basics and the fundamentals of the present and the past perfect, if you can simply jot these words down or remember them, have, has, had, right, well, you're halfway there to understanding the present and the past perfect. You're halfway there. Have you seen his latest film? Now, we're putting a pronoun in between have and seen there, but you're still talking in the present perfect when you think about it. Have you seen? Have you seen? Let's drop the other verb and let's see how that sounds. Have you his latest film? Doesn't really make a lot of sense, does it? I have crushed a grape. I have crushed a grape. Right, we're talking there in the present perfect. I have crushed a grape. And let's go on from that. And now I'm going to make some wine. I think we'd have to say grapes here. I have crushed some grapes and now I'm going to make some wine. So, you would never ever say, I seen it, okay? Nor would you say, she seen it, or it seen it. You'd never ever say that. Instead, you would say, I have seen it, okay? Or, she has seen it, or she had seen it. Right? You've got to put the verb in there for that to make dramatic sense. And when you're saying that, then you are talking in the present perfect or the past perfect. Past perfect. She had been to France last year. Okay, she had been to France last year. So always remember that with especially the word seen. This is a common error, right? You've got to use present perfect there. Okay, I have seen, I've seen, I have seen, I've seen, and never ever I seen. You never ever say I seen Tom in the town yesterday. What would you say? You would say I have seen Tom in the town and he was wondering what you are doing tonight. Doesn't have to be seen. It could be I've spotted a really good program on the television. I've looked at a very nice picture in the art gallery. Okay? What about done? Yes, the word done now. If I put this up here, would you say that is right or wrong? It is, of course, wrong, right? Because I done it is very poor English. Again, you need to have another verb there to help it out. For it to be good grammar, I have done it. Okay? I have done it. She has done it. It had done it. You need to have either have, has or had there for it to make sense. I've done it before. It's fine. I done it before is wrong. You would say I did it before. Right, now on to participles. Okay, past participles. What does that mean? Right, well, we'll talk about past participles for regular verbs. It's quite simple. It's just a case of putting either ed or d at the end of a present participle. Right? Like these ones here that I'm going to show you. Okay? I'm showing them in the present and then in the past participle. So when you talk about a verb being in the past participle, a regular verb being in the past participle, it is any verb that you can put either ed or d at the end of. Dance. The past participle to dance is danced. Move. The past participle to move is moved. Eat. The past participle to, that there is an irregular verb, which I'll come on to, but yeah, that would be eaten, wouldn't it, you know? And I've got a big list still scrolling up for you there. So when we talk about regular verbs, a regular verb is any verb that we can add either ed or d to the end of, and that is what we mean by a past participle. before I give you a big list of irregular verbs, let's just have a look at this one here. See. Right. Okay, see. Now, past participle. Add D to the end of it. What do you get? Seed. Seed? No, well, we're not talking about seeds that you plant in the garden here. Okay? So, what would the past participle to see be? It would be saw, right? Which we discussed earlier. I saw it a second ago. See becomes saw. And let's give you a big list of irregular verbs. Right? Now these ones here, remember, with an irregular verb you cannot add D or ED to the end of them because they don't make sense. Right? So here we have it, a big list of irregular verbs for you here. The present perfect, it's talking about something that's still going on, okay? I have been cleaning the house this morning, okay? If I were to say that, we'd know we're still in the same day. I have been cleaning my house this morning and I am going out tonight. The simple past. Here's some examples of the simple past. Right? Eat. The past tense to eat is ate. I ate an apple yesterday. I ate an apple yesterday. So we have to write and speak English in both the simple past and in the past perfect and present perfect and future perfect. Future perfect, it's projecting something in the future, okay? If you arrive at if you arrive tomorrow evening, I will have done all my work. So there we are, we're talking about a future event there, but you see done there is past participle to the word do. So we can use past forms of words in the future. So we are now no longer from the outside looking in at people who understand things like past participles, present participles, irregular verbs, regular verbs, okay? The past and future tense, all that kind of stuff. It can seem confusing, can't it? But it isn't. You have been taught the basics and the fundamentals to the past and present tense. And now you're going to be put to the test, and you will be absolutely amazed at how much you have learnt from this video.